Hello and welcome to episode 17 of our Timberborn Update 6 Waterbeavers playthrough here in cycle 17, day 2. We've got a lot that I would like to get done and not a lot of time today, so we're going to jump right on into it. I have been informed that it is possible to interpret the Architect's Lodge as a building that is a dam, and it is currently paused. So we're going to immediately fix that. It is no longer paused. We're trying to make some scaffoldings. I haven't even unlocked those yet, but they're going to be really important before too long, so we do want to make sure we have those going. And in regard to a couple of other things, specifically this bit right here, there was some discussion in the comments about how we could possibly do something with this to where we could put in a floodgate dam. And I gotta tell you, I don't really see it. I guess it's possible because of the way this natural overhang is placed in. If we were able to get rid of the ruins here and here, we could blast that down and then take this natural overhang away. We would still have to put something under here for the floodgate dam to go on top of, and it would send stuff like through this corner. So I don't really think that's what we want. The other concern was, if we put something in here, is it going to cause problems with flooding in unexpected places? And I don't think the answer is yes. Just real quick, you're going to go into dev mode so I can show you what the source strength is here. This is 1, 1, 1, 1. So it is only, out of dev mode, it is only 4 CMS. So it is going to back up a little bit here because this is only good for 2.2, but that is easily fixable. All we would have to do would be to remove either this block or this block, and then have something behind this where water couldn't come back down. And it would all come down this way just fine. This is the only point where it would not be enough edges for that amount of flow. Everything else has at least 2. So yeah, a little bit of work, but it's fine. That does mean, though, that we're not going to immediately jump to putting in the tall, narrow lodge here like I had previously thought might be a smart choice. Instead, what we can do is we can come over here. I really liked this idea, and I'm honestly shocked I hadn't done it before. This is a huge area that's going to be irrigated a lot. And, you know, it's day 2. We have enough time to grow 1 full batch of rice and also lotuses before we would have a bad tide, unless we get really, really bad RNG. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now, before we get too far into anything else, is I'm going to put in a single farmhouse here, just so we can start by planting rice in this area, because this is, most of the time, going to be completely habitable, perfectly fine to have rice over here. And we can plant the rice, and then we can just pause the farmhouse. It's not holding water back, it's just in the water, so I clicked the wrong thing. Good job. But yeah, I'm just going to have this thing plant a whole bunch of rice, and as we get a little bit better about how stuff is going to get popped in here, we can, you know, do other stuff. But this is going to be great. Thank you, email client. I forgot to close once again. But let's get that prioritized. They're going to plant that rice. It's going to grow. We can always pause it, like I said. And what that's going to let me do is over here where we already have the large farmhouse, I can dedicate more of this space to growing lotuses because it's already here. So I'm going to unplant a bunch of this right here. Some of this is going to still be kind of, you know, infected bad water-wise, but all we have to do is just let this rice grow, get it harvested, and plant some more stuff, and eventually we're going to get stuff taken care of. Also keep in mind the nenophares are collecting here so we can make methane, with the eventual goal of using that in recipes. You know, a lot of you guys aren't really a big fan of the engine, which I do understand. It is pretty inefficient, 10 methane per hour. So this whole cycle here that takes 8 hours to make will only make us 6 hours of methane. I get that. However, once we have enough methane, and keep in mind later on in the game, we do have access to the Abyss, which will allow us to make a substantial quantity of methane very, very quickly with the gas extractor. Now, that is really, really far along, but just so everybody's aware, we do have better methods of making methane besides that. Just trying to keep everything moving along smoothly as best as we can. Right now, I want to go through and I want to check and see that everyone is working in these pumps because we are pretty low on water. Looks like those 5 are good. Those 5 are good, and these 5 are also good. That is 15 beavers pumping. We do have 156, so technically it's not enough. But overall, we could definitely be doing worse. 100% could be doing worse. We have a spot right here that is practically begging for a couple more water pumps, and I think that is going to be a smart thing for us to do. We do have later on the deep water pump, which is a lot more efficient. In 1/4 of an hour, it gets us 1 unit of water versus this in 1/3 of an hour. But it requires science that we don't have. Well, actually, technically, we're pretty close. But the scrap metal, I think, is going to be much more important for us to go into our factory. So for the time being, I am just going to go ahead and put in 2 of these. I have this. I guess I don't have to put that platform in. And then a water pump upgrade, if we feel so inclined to put another one of those in. But for right now, these 2 are going to be fine. I wanted them to build this farmhouse first. I know it's super far. We probably need to make a much closer path. But presently, that is not an option that really exists. If we really, really wanted to, we probably could make one. But I'm trying to get rice planted so we can get a full harvest of that and continue the process of making this as best as we can. I got 4 workers in the large farmhouse here. Seems to be working pretty well. Requests have been made that we optimize the workforce a little bit better, because there are these buildings that can function without workers. They have not been deprioritized. So let's just go ahead, go through here, and lower that priority. Right now, we're okay. We're at -6 on the worker availability, but we do have 12 incapacitated. Got a lot of stuff we have to do, like fixing the burn unit. We don't have, well, we don't have any way to treat those guys because we don't have basic balm yet. And we can start making it just as soon as the alchemist can justify using those resources for that purpose. But again, it's just going to take time. And that requires the lotus flowers too, which we have not been harvesting yet. That's another one of the reasons why I want to get more of these plants growing here, because we can choose whether or not we're harvesting the nenufars or the lotus flowers themselves. Those will take 4 days to show up after this if it is not immediately harvested. But that's not where we are, so that is just how that is going to have to be. This is occurring at the speed of smell, so we're going to speed this up just a touch. Then let whoever's working in here plant this, and then just let it be what it's gonna be. Don't want to let our population grow too much. So if we have any extraneous things we can do, I need to unpause the sawmill, I'll tell you that much. See, this watertight lodge can hold 6. I'm gonna pause it. I know that's a lot of haulers, but oh, the liquid storage house actually would be a better thing to pause. That would be a much better thing to pause. And then this is haulers. This is also haulers, so that's 4 of those. This is a single hauler. It is, unfortunately, serving as a dam, so none of these, in theory, should be paused. They can be paused. Obviously, nothing bad's going to happen, but you know how it goes. But we have to get more water. That is non-negotiable. So, you see how it goes. See, builders-wise, I do think I can pause this. This bottom one is a dam. Technically, but also not really. But just trying to keep it good. We are 80% of the way to the blueprints for the beaver washing machine, which is very important for us to have. Paper-wise, this absolutely does not need to be working. The factory has all the pieces it needs except the anvil. Remember, I was letting this produce more of these metal fasteners because who knows how long it's going to take to actually get enough stuff to run through the factory to make another anvil. We're technically halfway there, at least with the coal. We need 200. We already have plenty of clay. We don't have 100 scrap metal. And that's probably the thing that's going to take the most time. I did get more beavers in here working on all of this, and they are making very quick work. Let's just hit pause real quick on that. Put in a staircase there, and there's no access to any of this stuff because it's all poisoned. So probably the simplest thing to do here is just pop in a path in that way. That is the wrong spot. Let's take care of that. Because they're going to get infected. They're going to get contaminated. We already know this is a thing. It's Waterbeavers. It's kind of designed to work that way. But we are doing our best. That's all you can do. These fermentation barrels do not say that they can work without a worker. Theoretically, they can, but just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it. These guys, if they can be supplied, which they can't without workers unless you have a lot of haulers, then they're fine. Food-wise, you're technically looking okay. It's just one of those things. Takes time. Oh, wow, there's been a lot of planting, actually. That's good. As soon as this guy's finished, we are absolutely pausing this. So it's day 4. Our first planting was either this guy or... yeah, it's this guy. 16% of the way through 8 days. Unless we get really bad RNG, like I said at the start of the episode, we're going to be okay over here. We'll at least have stuff grown. Harvesting, harvesting's going to take a little bit more time, but we'll worry about that when we get to that point. Water is continuing to fill. It was a very good thing getting this taken care of here, but, you know, stuff just takes time, folks. This gatherer flag is working on all of these berries here. Unfortunately, they can't really grow too much. But since we got rid of all of the brambles and stuff here, that is working out pretty well. This gatherer flag and this gatherer flag don't need to both be here. This one, honestly, is doing less area in terms of amount of berries than this guy, but I think this would really benefit from having... see, easier access over here would be nice. How many berry bushes do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this guy can't reach... okay. Alright. Well, if there's one, I'm going to pause. It's also doing chestnuts because it's way over here. But this guy's also doing... yeah, okay. This can get paused. It'll be fine. This guy can still gather most of this stuff. And in fact, I think if I move him a little bit closer... ah, okay. It's the way we can't access stuff in here is what's causing a lot of trouble, because I forgot these were on a lower level, so this is kind of blocked off. Well, it is what it is. This is now paused in the middle of the night. Yep, go somewhere else. Sorry about it. Oh, they weren't even in there sleeping. We can just let that grow for a little bit. And come back over here where, you know, food is still kind of a problem, but it's going to get better. Don't need to worry about it. Coal slowly increasing. This, yes, 36 scrap metal is just not cutting the mustard, folks. The primitive smelter, if we were making more iron and more coal, like a lot quicker, I'd probably want to run this. Oh, wait, actually, no, this is already running. It just doesn't have enough iron ore. Okay, well, that was a huge, huge fumble. Let's have this guy start making some iron, and then this can get going. I honestly thought that was already set, not having anything to do. Okay. Well, now we know. Another thing that you guys mentioned in the comments. There's a medium cauldron in the rubble here, so that means I could have actually built a cooking house if I had felt so inclined. So, you know, it is what it is. We will get there eventually, but let's go ahead. This anvil storage, I guess, probably needs to stay here, but let's give it a... there it is. Let's give it a friend. I guess I'll just put it here because this is a space that exists. So we can hold the medium cauldrons, just like so. Like I said, this is waiting on the anvil here. We're supposed to be putting coal and scrap metal in here, but it's not prioritized by haulers. It is what it is. Wait a second. This is poisoned. Why is this poisoned? Why is this poisoned? It has all the stuff. This absolutely should not be poisoned here. Okay, it's recovering. It's recovering. That's good. I was wondering what the heck was going on with that. Yeah. Okay, there's something else. Yeah, it was one of the comments. I want to say it was Hoffmeister who said that. Sorry if that was not you, but there was a worker speed penalty of like 99,000% or something in this building last episode. I don't know what that was about. It's honestly kind of funny, but it doesn't seem like that's there anymore. So hey, you know, take it. It looks like our metal fastener storage is completely full. Crude saw blades probably could use a little bit more. Tools are full, so I'm going to set this over to crude saw blades. Just see if we can make 1 or 2 more of those, because obviously this is going to be a problem if we can't make any more of these. Got coal there, scrap metal going in there. We're up to 49, up to 50. This will get us another 15 in about 2/3 of a day. Looking pretty good. See, I told you we're in a spot now where we're making okay progress. It's just, how do we go from okay to great? It's always the eternal question, isn't it? Well, regardless, I guess we could also talk about what I was going to do here, but will not now for the foreseeable future. Not too many people weighed in on this, actually, but of those who did, most of you seemed to think the tall platform was the more important unlock to do right now, which would allow us to get over to here pretty easily. But again, right now it's not a huge concern. I don't think that's a tremendous issue. When it becomes one, then we'll discuss. Obviously, Bad Tide coming in here will kill all of this, as it always does, as it will kill this, but I'm hopeful we'll get at least another 5 days so I can gather all this rice. Which brings us to the next thing, which is, where are we going to put all of this? Thank you, email client. Where are we going to put all this rice? And I don't really have a lot of good options, but I think since we have stuff going on over here, it's going to make sense to have some storage, and we really need to unlock better stackable storage. But to do that, first, we have to have regular platforms unlocked. I'm not going to do the tall one just yet. Also, the tall one can't be built without the regular platform anyway. Get that unlocked. And now I can come in here and we can either unlock the medium warehouse or the large warehouse. Based on the amount of science we currently have, it's going to have to be the medium one. But this store is 216, and most importantly, it is stackable. It's just like the normal ones that we're used to in the game, except the capacity has been adjusted based on the footprint. And I think that is going to be our best option. So this platform here is going to have to, actually, let's rotate this. Oh, they turned right around. They turned it right around. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to build this thing. And I said, no, you're not. And they said, okay. Just like that. Now I can put a staircase in there. This can be for rice storage. Set that to supply because there's going to be a lot coming from here eventually. We just need to make sure we have somewhere to put it. The alchemist here is attempting to make brain-boosting salts. The storage is currently full. And the storage here is full. So we need to have somewhere else to put the brain-boosting salts. I believe those go in a warehouse. Let's... Yep, they sure do. We have all of these for the rice balls, which needs to be upgraded. But remember, this is based on the footprint available. I guess the crappy warehouse might have a penalty to it as well. So just because we can build the better warehouse doesn't mean it's going to be that much better of a storage space in terms of density, but we can stack these. That's the most important thing right now. We also have a limited amount of these platforms, so we shouldn't be wasteful of them. But this is store 216, and I think for right now, brain-boosting salts just makes sense to have a central, well, central being super far away place for most of this stuff, just so we can unclog this, keep things flowing, let it be what it's going to be. We also don't have strong alcohol. But that's currently being made from the chestnut beer at a very, very slow pace. We've got this doing nenifars, we've got this doing the chestnut beer, and we've got this doing the half-fermented sake. We don't have enough water coming in here, but that is an issue of this guy not doing anything. Everything in due time. Pollution resistance factor, I've also been kind of reluctant to have a dedicated storage for it because then the beavers will consume it. But we have so much here, it probably doesn't actually matter. So this is for cereal bars. I'm going to go ahead and say, since we're not making cereal bars, I'll make that pollution resistance factor. And then one of these, instead of being rice balls and totally empty, can be made into cereal bar storage. So, slowly unclogging stuff, making it work, doing our best. That is what we know to do. 75%. We don't have a warning yet. It's looking good, folks. Looking really, really good. And this is now ready for some more demolition. So I've got 9. I'll go ahead and do 8 right here. Expand this. And if my memory serves correct, this... Oh, they already made methane. Cool, 1 batch. And we are halfway to the next one in terms of the amount of nenifars. Looking good. Looking good. But we also probably should have these guys maybe not harvest the lotuses quite as fast. We can put them on something else, perhaps, because I would like to start getting some lotuses instead of just ripping the nenuphars out. I don't have a lot of great spots to put stuff, but if I remove this, because that is obviously not necessary anymore, that is tools on the ground, they ought to pick that up. Come on, give me the... I had the path, there we go. Now I've got more space here that I can... probably should keep mostly rice because this is going to get infected. But gives us options. This forester absolutely does not need to be here. This could have been a decent place to put storage. We already have a little rice storage here. Yeah, well... I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine, but I do have to put in a gather flag here. So my hope is, if this is put in place, it can start gathering them if these are not harvested. Remember, because they have to grow these for the next 4 days. If I have these guys set to prioritize pumpkins instead of lotus flowers, that should keep them occupied, assuming pumpkins exist. Let's go ahead and B for boom. And we'll go ahead and let this be. Thank you, email client. Why am I getting so many emails? Please stop. I get, I don't know, 50 to 100 emails a day. I guess there are worse problems to have. 91%, that means tomorrow this will start growing up and can be harvested. So we'll go ahead and prioritize harvesting. And we will need to get this unpaused. Probably just go ahead and get that going so this beaver who's working here has a chance to get there as soon as that rice is available. Planks probably don't need to be made like this. Let's go ahead and go into the screw press axles. This is out of screw press axles, but it's not like we have sunflowers anyway. Those are mostly being eaten. Can't be turned into much else useful. And look at this. We're going to town making all this stuff. It's just the brain-stimulating mushrooms. Just take time, folks, and it's all of that sawdust. Who'da thunk it? All right. The good news, well, it's all good news. There's not really any bad news when you're playing beavers. We have just about all of the scrap metal we need, but the coal is another issue. I think that is because we have 50 of it in here. I'm going to go ahead and pause this primitive smelter so they can unload all of these materials. And I am going to, based on how much we have going on here, we've got all of our tools, we've got all of our metal fasteners, and we have 7 crude saw blades. We have a storage for the anvil. I'm going to go ahead and say enough is enough. Party's over as soon as this last crude saw blade is made. It is taking a very long time. And you're done. So they'll pick that up. We will have this. And for at least 3 more days, minimum, we will be able to have a factory operating and starting the process of making another anvil. Long, long time coming. And it's probably still going to take a while, but finally getting that done. We've got rice. It's been harvested, at least a little bit. We've got a storage here. Everything's looking good, folks. Looking really good. Water is looking nice as well. Food, food's not looking good. It's really not. But I'm going to go ahead and get these prioritized by haulers again. And we do have these guys working both as haulers, so we have at least 4 of them over here on this side that can maybe contribute to that, get these things producing again. Very slowly. But we are well on our way. Well on our way, folks. 100%. Don't harvest it. Don't do it. Don't do it, you absolute buffoon. Well, I know how to fix that problem. Just take the stairs out. It's like that Ed and Eddie episode. I've referenced this like, I don't know, a dozen times. It's like, they took the stairs. Yeah, okay, well that's one way to ground your kid in the basement. Just take the stairs away. But, I digress. Still doesn't seem like it's quite enough water being pumped. But I'm wondering why this has not been brought over here yet. I know I got a storage for the anvil. It just has to be picked up off the ground. Where's my anvil? Where's my anvil? Don't do this to me. There it is. Okay. I was about to say, this is going to be bad if we don't have that. All right, now we have 8 beavers working in here, which means we have minus 22. Oh, we have so many incapacitated beavers. It's all that mild disease. Got to get that basic balm going. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's just swap this over. I know we don't have lotus flowers yet, but we can start accumulating the other stuff. And within the next couple of days, well, okay, 3.5 days, which we still haven't gotten our warning yet, we will have some lotus flowers available, so long as they can actually harvest this. I may have to pause the large farmhouse before we get there, but it is what it is. For now, this gather... Okay, there you go. There's your bad tide warning. Well, these guys will be okay in a bad tide. But I am glad that we were able to grow at least one crop of rice. Have this set to harvest, of course. I don't know why they're not storing it here. I guess it's all being taken up for immediate food purposes. Yeah, the kimchi... Kimchi is a problem. It's these bramble flowers, man. We literally can't get them fast enough. They're doing well over here. I've also been told that the wild brambles they're not people, the wild brambles that have died actually can still be used to harvest for bramble flowers. So I'm going to get those guys going. Hopefully the rest of this doesn't take over everything. But you know how it goes. It is what it is. I'll go ahead and get path here. And then I will pop in, I guess... This one probably needs to be removed. Yeah, that one needs to get removed and I can put a fence there. A lot going on. Got a whole lot going on. But if it can get removed before it has a chance to breed, then we might actually stand a chance here of containing this. Because all these are dead, and they will stay dead. Come on. Come on, you know you can do it. You know you can do it. Don't make me sit here for the next 10 minutes watching you do this. Just get it done. Just get it done. Just get it done. Just get it done. Come on. There we go. Alright, so that problem solved there. This needs to be cut before it spreads, but that is going to be super easy because that's right there. We've got 2 days before a bad tide. What should we be focusing on? Probably food. What can we not really focus on? Well, food. Most of this is going to be most of this is going to be a whole thing. Let's harvest the cabbages because these are all going to be poisoned. Just grab those out of there immediately. We've got these guys previously had been hoarding a bunch of cabbages for the braised cabbage. Now it's just this one. There's no cabbages to speak of at all. There's actually a lot of cabbages in these fermentation barrels. But I've been maybe fruitlessly waiting on the bramble flowers to be a thing. It's just taken way too long. As one does. You know how it goes. All's not lost, though. It's just the sunflower oil is such a problem. We cannot make it quickly enough. There's not even any seeds to press. There's not any axles to press either. They're 59% of the way through that guy. Yeah, see, this just isn't... It's not enough. Not enough workers to take all of this out. I really should have built 2 of these and a farmhouse booster thing. But it is what it is. If we get the water storage mostly full, then I can start pausing these guys. I don't really have anywhere else for them to live, but you know how it goes. Obviously, bad water is going to have this thing completely screwed up. This is going to be completely screwed up. The revelation that we experienced about, well, we can't have everything coming down this way or else it's going to flood has kind of put a damper on my plans to solve that problem. But it is what it is. Raise your hand if you're sick and tired of hearing me say that. Uh-oh, this spread. Well, that will have to be removed. Just let that be what it's going to be. No, prioritize that. Get over here. Because it's going to spread. Alright, we got 1 day left. Let's take this out of triple speed. We don't need to be drinking through a fire hose the whole time. All of this rice is going to die, and that is tragic. But this poor beaver cannot get it all done by themselves. There's no friend, and they're going to have to abandon their post because it's going to be flooded with nasty, terrible water. It is what it is, folks. That's just the way she goes. But at the very... Where are you going? Oh, okay, you're getting that rice. All right, well, you're working. I'll leave you to it. This is actually operating. Getting pretty close to the amount of coal needed. This should be able to still pick it up a little bit. Assuming there's some on the ground here. There's not? Really? Okay, well. That's mining iron. That's mining coal. This obviously is not operating because it is paused. Well, I do have iron storage basically completely full. This is working on it. Let's swap it to coal. I do want this to get done as quickly as I can. Obviously, we're still going to have power coming through this because it's going to be a bad tide. So there's definitely worse things we could be doing. But hey, guess what? We have the beaver washing machine blueprint finished. We definitely don't need this to be going here, so let's go ahead and switch this back to gears. We do still have some space for that. Probably the next thing we want to research is going to be the ENS mechanical blueprint, but I don't want to commit all the resources to that quite yet. You take a look here at that in... We can't even make... Well, technically, if we unlocked the cooking house, we could make the spicy soda. But that's 100 sunflower oil, which we cannot do. The gears are easy. 2 planks, 2 logs, 10 hours, you get a gear. Woohoo. So that's a good problem to have solving right there. Just got to get the last of this coal going. Come on. Let's get it done, guys. But we do have the medium cauldron, like I said. Probably sometime soon should be building a cooking house. But the first lotus flowers, probably for, you know, the maintenance of our colony, should go into making basic balm, which will help all of our injured beavers. Well, minor burned beavers. So we'll go ahead and unlock that. And, you know, I don't really have a lot of good places to put any of this stuff. This is a very difficult map for water beavers, as I guess is tradition. I end up just doing things that are incredibly stupidly hard for no reason. Let's see, I could put in... Yeah, see, this really isn't a great way to be doing this, but put that there, put that there. That's not going to work. Well, I need to have at least a couple of these. This can just be dead space for right now. It's fine. Just get those built. And then as soon as that basic balm is done, then they can pop it in there. You know how it goes. I wish they'd get all of these cabbages, though. Like, this is definitely going to die, like, immediately. There's not much we can do about it. Still only have 1,700 water. How much rice have we actually gotten out of this? Because it's not much. At least this is being used here. I should have prioritized that by haulers a long time ago. Probably a little late for that now, but there is still a little bit of time. You better not be Why are you planting? Why are you planting? I have you set to prioritize... Oh, okay. Yep. That's on me. That's on me. Should have had them prioritize harvesting the specific crop. I guess I have to be pedantic. But it is what it is. Still making some good progress. Even if it doesn't look like it with the food, we are still making some nice progress we can be pretty proud of. I don't want to turn these on yet. We will once we start pausing water pumps. Because I'll need some more places for beavers to, you know, live. But seeing how this is about to be super poisoned... Well, they're not going to die yet. I guess I could have them keep working until all these crops start dying off. That would probably be smart. Just let it be what it's going to be. Don't have any beavers coming in here. Probably completely unnecessary. We don't need these bad water bucketing posts. And we have a 6-day bad tide. So, all of this is immediately poisoned. It is what it is. Can't really do much about it. We're halfway to having some lotus flowers here. Well, on a couple... Oh, this one's almost done. But I am not letting them take these out for nenuphars. I need those lotus flowers. Got to have it. Alright, so that's already, you know, completely ruined. This, surprisingly, not yet. Now, these beavers who live and work here are absolutely going to be poisoned. But it's going to be okay. Don't need to worry about it. Everything works out in the end. We somehow still don't have all the coal here. What gives? Come on. You got 8 beavers working here. What are you doing? All right, random beaver. Okay, you're at work. You're carrying nothing. Are you actually working? I can't get in here to see. Don't be sitting there playing on your phone. All right, so these are going to die very, very, very soon. But for now, there's still some rice in here. A little bit in there, and that is... Ooh, you know what? I probably could have set this up a little bit better so they could actually access stuff. It would have made more sense to put medium warehouses this way and then just put staircases up to each one. But it is what it is. Just keep on working, man. You're doing a good job. Get some stuff done that needs to get done. This is all poisoned. We have our lotus flowers here. If I pause the farmhouse, it's going to kick all of these beavers out. So let's not do that. Instead, let's pause these here completely because, you know, they aren't... I mean, they're still technically getting water out, but that's not good. That's not good. So these are all paused. Oh, God! I forgot to raise the floodgate dam. Oh, that's tragic. That's actually terrible. Oh, God. All right, well... problem solved. Hooray. Alright, well... Alright, we gotta hit pause here. In my misplaced zeal with the rice, which I guess this is still, you know, trucking along, I forgot to do that. So what that has done is that has now polluted this area. Which is not, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's just bad. But I can't get this bad water out of here unless everything evaporates. Fortunately, this dam here is not going to allow that to be a thing. These pumps will continue pumping. The water level will lower, and it won't go that way. But what's going to happen is they're going to pump all the good water out, and this is all going to be poison. And it's just going to be diluted for the rest of time because somebody was stupid. Imagine that. Well, I've got 16 homeless beavers. I've got a copyist lodge. I've got an artist lodge. This needs to be set to beaver washing machine. This needs to be set to beaver washing machine. And I have a scroll display for the floodgate dam fancy blueprints. I have another one here for the large farmhouse fancy blueprints. And I'm going to have to put in another one for the beaver washing machine regular blueprint so they have somewhere to stick it. There. And then that can go into here, it can get fancified, and then that can go into here, and then so on and so forth. And then, eventually, we can build the beaver washing machine, which will help a lot in keeping our contaminated beavers as uncontaminated as possible. But now that we've addressed the absolute stupidity that occurred here, we're just going to let it be what it's going to be and move on. These still have not died yet, which is comforting, slightly. Glad to see that. But it is what it is, folks. That's the way she goes. And now the beavers are bathing in it. Oh, boy. Well. Oh, I forgot all these pumpkins are definitely going to die. Okay, well. Oh, yeah, I was going to... Alright. They're all already dead. Okay, well. I was going to put the irrigation house in here. I forgot. I have not done a good job this episode, folks. Not in the slightest. Well, I guess we can go ahead and build it. Set it to repel thing. It's not really going to do that much to help, but... Oh, come on. Really? I didn't think that was going to... See, these were protected earlier. I'm trying so hard not to say what I want to say right now because this is a family-friendly channel. But, yeah. So that was incredibly pointless. Okay, there's like... These might actually survive. Maybe. That's really frustrating. Okay, well, now we know. Now we know. Are these going to get polluted too? It doesn't seem like it. Maybe all hope is not lost. Man, that really, That really makes me mad. That makes me incredibly mad. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Just waiting on lotus flowers that I'm not gonna get. Unless we wait for this guy to have all that taken care of, which is gonna take another 6 days. For both of these. Well, once this is built and operating, then, hooray, we won't ever have that problem again. But I actually don't know. If this land is polluted, obviously this is going to be polluted. But if this land is unpolluted from an irrigation lodge with the pollution blocking, then is this going to act the same way, or is it going to act based on these tiles behind it? I guess we're going to find out as soon as we get enough logs. Man, that makes me so mad. Alright, so this is all... It's all dead. Alright. You're done. Go somewhere else. What else is blocked by bad water here? The clay pit, obviously. That. Oh, now the concentration's high enough for it to be... Okay. At this point, this kind of just has to be like this forever, huh? Because there's no outlet here. It's just going to continually get more clean water in whenever this is over. Boy. That is, Yep. That's a thing. That's a whole thing. If I can come back over here and detonate these two right here, this will extend the range of this guy by a couple of tiles. Probably not enough to get back behind here completely, but it should help some of these. Some of them, not all. But I do have to have them get back in here. I don't want to get rid of the large farmhouse, so probably what's going to make the most sense is that I put in a staircase here so they can get up. I don't have any more this. If I just go ahead and start it, I need nitroglycerin. This can make me nitroglycerin since I don't have the lotus flowers anymore. Alright, supply this thing. Let's go. Let's go, Renji. There you go. Cleanse the land. Cleanse the land of the nasty red filth. It's very strange. It's not starting from here. It started from this area. But I guess that is going to solve a lot of our problems here, folks. So, I need them to replant this. So, I do have to put stairs back in here, but I don't want them to harvest these. I absolutely don't want them to harvest these, and I think they're going to do it. I may have to just take the L on this and just suck it up. Yeah, this is going to be finished by the time this staircase is built. Okay, this is ready to go. B for boom. Yeah, it's going to clean up a lot of this. But, oh, is that it? Okay, well, I guess I can't be too upset about that. Maybe this other one being finished would help. Maybe I should put this somewhere else. Maybe I should flip the positions of this guy and something, put this in the corner here, put this guy closer. That's probably going to make more sense. Alright, well. I have made myself mad today. So, I guess that's what I'll do is I'll just flip this and put this somewhere else, but for right now, it is what it is. Do not! They're gonna tear it down. Whatever. Whatever. Whatever, man. Nothing matters. Nothing matters at all. Well, at least they have access to this. I'm not building another one of these here. We're just going to have to move it. Alright. Nitroglycerin's being made. Nitroglycerin is over here. Oh, is it sawdust again? Sawdust is like always the problem here. How in the heck are we already out of crude saw blades? Oh, well, okay. We made another anvil, so that's good. I'm not rebuilding that there. That is not a good spot for it. Now that I have the other anvil, I can actually make a primitive ironworks in a better location. Better, I guess, being a technically correct is the best kind of correct term. I guess there's space over here. Okay, so if I put this here, then pop that in. See, never let your zeal take place of your, you know, common sense mental faculties, kids. I've done that too many times today. We already have scrap metal. We already have coal over here. I guess that's probably all we need. So this is totally fine to leave here. I'm going to put a warehouse for... do I actually have storage for the rest of this stuff? I don't know. Probably going to have to moor these metal fasteners here anyway. That's probably fine. Obviously can't put one of those there, but I can put, well, technically 2 of these here. One for tools and one for the crude saw blades, which cannot go there. Alright, well, there you go. That's what's going to go there. Make it work. Salvage something out of this terrible episode. 9.6 days. At least the poison has been relatively contained. How many, oh, I have seven unwell beavers. Okay. This has now made 1 fancy blueprint. This has all the materials to make other blueprints. This is going to get changed to fancy beaver washing machine blueprints, and that's where those can be stored. And we're still out of food. Oh man, I was supposed to fix this, not make it worse. Why do I not have any dynamite? What are they doing over here? Oh, that's right, we don't have sawdust. Because this is making screw press axles, and we don't even have screw press axles. Is at 41%. Why is it taking so long? And this can't make sawdust because we don't have crude saw blades. We didn't have crude saw blades because we didn't have this to make crude saw blades. But now it's almost done. Oh boy. Well, mercifully, this episode will end very soon. just gotta get it done, man. Just gotta get it done. No substitute for that. We are pretty high on brain boosting. Oh, okay, bad phrasing, bad choice of words there. We're up on brain boosting. That actually might be the same thing. I don't know. Kids these days and their lingo. Well, the pumpkins can grow at the very least. The sunflower oil once again is a big problem. Gotta have these screw press axles. I probably need to put this somewhere else too. Ah, that's the problem because this was super deprioritized. I still don't have enough. At least this is working now. Now I've got, you know, waiting on coal. This does not probably need to be making any more anvils at this time. Instead, I should be making more laboratory glassware. Nope, can't make that yet because I don't have quartz or enough methane. So, metal blocks, I guess. We're going to need those eventually. Hooray. But I'm going to take this down to 4 workers. So we have, you know, something else have kind of a chance of making anything. Maybe. Let this be a lesson to you, kids. Make sure when you are... Thank you, email client, once again for like the 5th time. When you're actually getting stuff done, make sure you're actually getting stuff done and that you haven't forgotten something really, really important. Because I promise you it is not going to go well. How in the heck do I still not have dynamite? Am I still out of sawdust? I'm sure I am. This is such a slow process, man. Sawdust is such a huge pain in the butt. You have to have everything perfect or nothing works. At least they have a saw blade now. They can make all this stuff just be what it has to be. And then the world can laugh at the rest of us idiots. But it is what it is. The bad tide is almost over. And then after that, our suffering will be at its end. Oh, guess who forgot to do this too? And now we've lost a lot of blueberries. Man, I'm going to end this episode and probably go break something. I don't know. I just... Why? Why is this the way that it is? Why have I done this to myself? Is the better question. Fluid dump, now I have to waste water to flush this stuff out. This is all gonna die. It's all gonna die, folks. Now these are drying out. Okay. Well, you know how we do things here. I don't cover up mistakes, so you get to laugh at me or call me stupid or tell me I'm wasting everybody's time or I should, I don't know, whatever, in the comments. You guys are usually nice about it, at least. But as this bad tide comes to an end, we will start wrapping up this episode. Boy, what a time this has been. Truly. Truly, one of the episodes of all time. But I am thankful that you guys choose to watch these and choose to stick it out regardless of what other kind of nonsense happens in these. It is genuinely fun to play this game with all the challenges and the trials and the tribulations and all that nonsense. I love the game. I'm very thankful you choose to spend the time with me again, and hopefully the next episode we put out on Friday will be a little bit better. You know, you take some, you win some, you lose some, so on and so forth. Beard Boosters, powering all the madness, making it possible to continue doing this each and every day without having to have sponsors on the channel or deal with too much stupid nonsense. Now, some of it's me. Some of it's me, but the rest of the noise we can thankfully just, you know, say goodbye to and not have to worry about it. So, again, huge thanks to those folks. You see their names scrolling on the screen. Truly is not possible without them. And, of course, if you're not on that list, I'm so glad you're here just for being yourself. But now it's Cycle 18, Day 1, and mercifully the clean water is coursing through our waterways once again. Everything can be mostly taken care of, and I'm going to, yeah, right as all of this stuff stops, pause both of those, and we got to get these guys pumping again. So the water pump upgrades can be working without the water pumps being turned on, because we don't need any more housing, that's for sure. But we're going to have to turn those on eventually. Just going to take some time to get this stuff all cleared out, and because we had a bad tide, this is it's going to be bad for a while. But eventually it'll get cleared out, and then we can replant all of this. Now we have all these dirty beavers because they've got disease, and a bunch of them are hungry, and everything is terrible, and there are no children laughing and dancing in the streets. Instead, everyone is angry, so let's pause the fermentation barrels, get those cabbages out of there, get these poor beavers something to eat, and hope that very, very soon this water will be clean enough for them to go take a bath, and then we can have not 49 vacancies because of 61 incapacitated beavers because 44 of them are dirty. Boy, what a time to be alive, huh? Well, regardless, time's up for this episode. I got important stuff I got to go do, but of course, really appreciate you guys being here. It will get better next episode. Don't you worry. We're going to fix it. It just has to suck for a little bit. But hey, we built the factory. We've got other stuff brewing, and, you know, it's going to be okay. Just got to take it one step at a time. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun. We will see you again very soon. And, of course, tomorrow for more of the other playthrough. Yeah, that's it. Take care. Bye-bye.